High Scrollers is produced on Gadigal land.
We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past and present.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Tell you what, Matt, ever since we've been home from America, because it's been like what, a week? 2 weeks?
It'll be 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Ever since, I've been craving a Hailey Bieber smoothie from Air One. I think we need to try and make one at home.
Well, I tried to make the Tyler one. And it went well.
Yeah.
Wasn't bang on, but it did the trick.
Maybe we need to try the Hailey Bieber one, and I need to try a mango lassi.
Yeah.
One at home. And also been craving In-N-Out. And you know what? I'm disappointed in myself because I only had it the one time.
Well, this is the thing. I was trying to get you to have more of all these things and you didn't want a bar of it. But I guess by the time we were getting to the end of the holiday, like it's all we'd been eating the whole time. And I remember when we had that first steak and we were like, yeah.
This is nice.
Because I'll tell you what, we have been reminiscing a lot actually on our trip to LA, which is when AJ and Sky left us and we just had a bit of a girls' trip in LA together.
I know, and by the way, I was shocked that because obviously they'd seen glimpses of Sky and AJ like in our Bunnings costumes when we went to Coachella and everything, and then all of a sudden like they weren't in our stories or anything anymore. How many people were like, where's AJ? Where's Sky? As if though it was like something had happened.
Yeah, but also even like they could have just been there but not
in the videos.
Videos. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, they went and we just wanted to do a bit of LA together, and we did. It was so fabulous. Obviously the Beyonce concert was fun,
which is still popping up on my For You page now because she's still in LA. Like,
yeah, she just finished her last show in there, and now she's going wherever else she's going.
I feel like we did a lot of food things when we were there, and then obviously the main reason that we went there was because we were going to see Beyonce. Yeah. But I feel like we didn't travel too far or do any like fully touristy things. But I feel like we've done that.
Yeah, I was going to say you've done that in the past.
I feel like we did, like back in the day, I did the like Runyon Canyon walk, seeing the Hollywood sign.
Yes, you know,
I thought you got to do that once.
I did that we walked from Griffith Observatory.
Yes, I've been there too.
All the way to the Hollywood sign. We did not know. It was the middle of summer over there. It was.
Wait, how far is that? I want to Google map it while you're talking.
Okay, it was over like 100 degrees. It was like a 40-degree day. And we just were not prepared. And we did the hike, which is a beautiful hike, but I just needed to be more prepared. And we went from Griffith Observatory all the way to the Hollywood sign. It's got to be a few kilometres walk, and it's all uphill.
Me Google mapping it right now.
Yeah, it's all uphill. It was blistering heat. I think we saw a few rattlesnakes and things on the day as well. Oh. And it was a great...
Oh, Matt, it is far.
How long?
It's 4.5 Ks, but... because it's on a hill, there's like heaps of the up signs on Google Maps. Yeah. So it's an hour and 20 walk.
Oh, it took much longer than that for me.
That is super far. I can't believe you did that.
I know. And I mean, amazing, but something that in future, everyone who asks, I go, oh, Dole, just catch an Uber to this part if you want to go walk up the Hollywood sign.
Because you can just go to the way closer bit if you want. We didn't go to Universal. I've been there before, Universal Studios.
Same, yeah. Well, we didn't have enough time to do any of that sort of stuff this time around. But yeah, I have been, and I think Universal Studios is fabulous.
I remember back in the day when I went on a brand trip, I think it was with Benefit Cosmetics. I can't remember what studio, because like when you go to LA, you can go and tour studios where they film shows. Yes. And like you can see the actual sets. And we went to, would it have been Warner Brothers that did Friends? Or...
I don't know. But was Friends in LA?
Yeah, or Sony. I don't know which one it was because this was so long ago. But we went and did a studio tour. It could have been Warner Brothers. I don't know. But I saw the Friends set and the Friends couch.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do like RuPaul's Drag Race. I know that that's filmed in LA, but I don't know if they do a tour of that. But that's one I would love to do. Yeah.
Because we saw the live show and that was good.
Yeah. I mean, I did all the touristy things like the, that LACMA, the LA County Museum of Art where
Yeah.
they've got all those light poles, the
No.
white, what do you call them? The street lights, but they're all in a big cluster.
I've never seen that.
Google it.
Wait.
It's called like Urban Light, LA.
Urban Light, LA.
LACMA, LACMA. You'll know what I'm talking about. Music videos and everything have been filmed there. In all the light, there's like 100 or however many.
I've never seen this in my life, and how?
Oh.
That?
Funny. Yeah. You've never seen that?
No.
Oh. Yeah. I think it's an art installation or something.
Ah.
But you know what I haven't stopped thinking about actually since we were in LA was Catch. I really
that
did
was
enjoy
really good.
Catch. That did live up to the hype for me.
Yeah.
You know, throughout America, I was doing a lot of, is it worth the hype? Now, Catch we went to for Brittney's birthday, and it's a restaurant. It's primarily a seafood restaurant.
Seafoody vibe, and kind of like upmarket, like a nice venue.
And it's very celeb hotspot.
Yeah.
You know, heard a lot of celebs talk about it. It's featured a lot on Vanderpump Rules.
And do you want to know what's funny? The whole time that we were in America, and like let's say at Catch, for example, where we know that celebrities dine, you would always get the seat that's like looking at the whole restaurant, and I would always just only be able to see you. And Matt, like even when we went to the Sir restaurant and everything, you will look, and I could just see your eyes darting around the room the whole time, and you would be going, Brittney, anyone here could be a celebrity, and we don't even know it. Because like, you know how we don't know every celebrity and every show, and like there's so many famous people in LA. You were like, any of these people could be famous. And I'm like, well, how are you going to tell?
But that is so LA. Like LA is just one of those places where you're walking down the street and you just, you feel like a star. I don't know. I felt like a star in LA.
It
but
does
also,
give that vibe.
You just look around and you're like, any of these people could be a star as well. And, you know, we even saw a few stars. We were sitting at Air One, and at the table next to us were a few people who were pretty famous. And,
Jake Shane, the TikToker.
And, I even saw Patrick Tar.
Yeah.
He was at his store. There must be a new store opening, Patrick Tar storefront. And I saw Patrick Tar putting the Patrick Tar sign on the Patrick Tar store in LA. And I don't know, that's all just so exciting to me is you don't know you don't know who's going to be around every corner. So you always got to have your eyes peeled sort of thing. So that's what I loved about LA. But yeah, Catch definitely was up to my standards. I'm still thinking about that shrimp. What was that, honey shrimp or the...
I don't know. It was just all delicious.
Yum, yum, yum.
Give me it all. Do you know a funny story about LA actually, Matt?
Yeah.
This is before my AJ days, okay? So I can talk about this. This is before I met AJ and before AJ and I were dating. Imagine if it wasn't. It was just while we were dating and I'm just exposing myself. Okay. So this is back in the day when I was a really famous YouTuber and I would get invited on these brand trips. And I went on like 3 or 4 brand trips to LA back in the day, which I'm so like grateful to have had that era of my life because it just felt like an absolute dream. I went on a few trips with Benefit, Beauty Blender, and Too Faced. They were the brands that took me over there a few times. Anyway, oftentimes when you would get invited on these, maybe not so much now, but back then, sometimes you'd get a +1 that would be allowed to go with you, which is also just absolutely wild that brands have the budget to do something like that.
Yeah.
And you could just literally take your friend.
Yeah.
So this is back in the day when I was friends with my old friend Georgia, which some scrollers would remember. And she came with me on a trip one time. And when I would go on these brand trips.
Which, by the way, if that fucked me off. I think I've told you that
you
before.
Have.
But at the time, I'd been friends with Brittney for that long. And this bitch has been around for 2 fucking seconds.
Yeah, she really did.
And Brittney's going, I'm going to LA and let me take a +1. So I'm taking Georgia. And I'm going, this girl has been here for 2 seconds.
She was my new friend. It was almost like we had a little relationship, you know?
And I've always loved LA. So I was like, come on, sure.
I know. Anyway. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, she was a friend of mine from years ago, like before I got with AJ, and she loved being in the content and everything. Anyway, it all hit the fan.
Poozin' hit the fan.
Poozin' hit the fan. Poozin' high tea. She was fun though. Wish her well. Wonder how she's going. I have no idea. Anyway, I took her with me and we got to do the brand trip together, which was super cool. This trip in particular, we went with, what was that brand? And it had the Mary Luminizer highlighter. The Balm Cosmetics, yes. And so I would always ask like for them to book my flight at a later date, like home, so that I'd have a few extra days like to explore LA and whatever.
Yeah.
To make the most of it. So we did the brand trip for 3 days or whatever, and then I think we had another 3 days just on our own, exploring around LA, doing all the things. And then on the last night of the trip, so we were flying home the next day, we went to this bar and we were just going to have some dinner and some drinks. And it was kind of like a rooftop bar. And to get there, you walk on the ground floor of this building, and then you catch the lift up to the bar at the top, and then that's where you like have your food and drinks. And so Georgia and I, we were just having a grand old time, and I noticed that there was this really cute guy working there. And so this guy and I, he looked like he was managing the place or whatever. We were just having eyes at one another across the room all night, and I thought he was so cute. But I was way younger, and I was like, nah, like we're in LA, I'm not going to do anything. Like I'm not going to approach a guy. Anyway, we finished, and then we were just heading back to our, oh no, I lie. Sorry, this was the second last night. There was one more night. And so we left, and as I was getting into the elevator to like go back down to the ground floor, like I looked over my shoulder and he was looking at me again. I'm like, this guy, like, I feel like it's a missed opportunity here. But anyway, I wasn't going to do anything about it because we only had one more night left, blah, blah, blah. And so we went back down to the ground floor, and at the ground floor, there's always a security guard at the door. And he stopped us. He's like, excuse me, ladies, can you stop for a second? And I'm like, oh, yeah, what's wrong? And he had a little earpiece in, and he's like, the hot guy was in the earpiece saying, I want this girl's number. And I was like really flattered. And I was like, oh, my God, okay, sure. So maybe he got my Instagram or something through the security guard. And I was like, it's kind of a cute love story. So then Georgia and I went back to our hotel, and then me and the guy started messaging each other. And he's like, how long are you here for? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I want to meet you. I want to take you out. And I was just like flattered, because I feel like that doesn't happen in Australia.
Yeah.
Like the men in Australia don't hit on you in that kind of way and like want to take you out. Well, not that I'd know. AJ and I have been in a relationship for like 8 or 9 years now. Holy shit. 8 years. I don't know. But anyway, I was just super excited, and we had the one night left the night after, and we had no plans because it was the last night. So he's like, let me take you on a date. And I'm like, sure, I will go on a random date. And I was like to Georgia, I'm going to just go out for this dinner date tomorrow night. And then he was saying, your friend can come and meet us after. Because, Matt, I think I've told you this story like ages ago, but I missed a part. There's something at the end. Anyway, the next night came around, and I met him at this really nice restaurant. It was like a gloomy sort of restaurant, and we had the best time. Like we just hit it off. Like we were even like being like touchy-feely with each other. Like it's just, I was caught up in being in LA and this hot guy, you know. Yeah. Anyway, he was begging me to not go home. I'm like, clearly I'm going home. I got my flight booked for tomorrow. But he was like, please, I want you to stay, blah, blah, blah. Surely that's a red flag. Like on reflection.
Oh, it would have worked on me.
You would have been like, yes.
Yeah, see, I would have cancelled that flight immediately.
Really?
Yeah, you're better than I am, girl, because I would have cancelled that flight and gone, I'm moving in. I'm never going home. See, because I'm all about signs and, you know,
yeah, but surely that's a red flag sign.
Everything happens for a reason. And so I'm going, this man's put in enough effort.
I mean, I don't know why I didn't, because, like, this was before fate. Or anything.
It's not like you had any responsibility.
No, I was just an influencer. Like this was before I had sneaky, like it was just me. So I absolutely could have. But I was like, nah, I've got to go back with Georgia. Anyway, we had an amazing time at this date, and then Georgia was just chilling at the hotel by herself. And so I said, he wanted to like go out to like a club. He's like, come, I'll take you to a club. And I was like, sure. Like, fuck, I'm too old for that now. And so I said to Georgia, come meet us. So she came and met us, and then it was the three of us. We lined up for a little bit outside this club, and then in we went. And then he ran into a bunch of other people he knew, because like they all know each other in LA or whatever.
Yep.
And then he like kind of ran off with another girl. Like we were looking for him for a bit, because Georgia and I just then like were doing our own thing. We were dancing and whatever, and then we'd like go look up for him, and then he was like hooking up with this other girl. And that's how it all ended.
And you just had to catch your sad flight home back to Australia.
I wasn't sad at all, but I
Heartbroken.
was like, what was that? It was the weirdest experience. But yeah, one of those memories that I'll never forget. And imagine if I had stayed in America, Matt, like you would have, I never would have met AJ. Life would have been completely different. Isn't it funny how we can just make a decision? It can change everything.
Literally.
High scrollers maybe wouldn't have been a thing if I was still stuck in LA.
We wouldn't have been sitting here talking right now. See, I would have loved that though.
You would have
Starting
loved
life in LA. Yeah. Because there's so much of Australia. There's so much of America I want to explore, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So being there, where could you pop to for the weekend? You could pop to so many places as well.
So many places.
That's
Another
the
thing
thing.
that we didn't do that I feel like we're going to have to go back to do so many more
Oh,
things.
I've already decided. I remember that I was saying that, you know, this will probably be the last time I go. Remember, before we went, I was like, this will be the last time I go. I've got to go and do everything I need to do. And unfortunately, it's one of those places you go to and you do everything. And we did. We did everything we wanted to do. But now it's like, oh, there's more things that are now added to the list.
Have you seen a basketball game over there?
No, we did ice hockey when we were there this time around.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't think I've done baseball as well last time I was there.
Oh, yeah.
But never basketball. So I know you want to see the LA Lakers, though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I think in conclusion, we need to go back.
we might do a scrollers trip.
Yeah, come along.
Should we do a scrollers trip?
You know how people
don't
do
know.
those like
Yeah.
group trips? We could do
Yeah.
it. That would be fun.
But I couldn't be bothered organising the whole thing. I'd just say, these are the dates. You sort out your own budget and your own life, because everyone will want to probably go with a different airline and blah, 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 blah. And just meet us here. And we'll just do some scrollers activities. Like we could do a day of shopping at the Grove.
Mm-hmm. We didn't go there
and
that time, but
I
I've been
know.
there a heap.
Oh, I love it. The original farmers market there. Oh, amazing. And the Citadel outlets as well. The big outlets in LA.
I don't think I've been there.
I've been there. Great. But, you know, one day we go with the scrollers, Universal Studios one day.
Mm-hmm.
One day we go to that museum I was talking about, the LA County Museum of Art. We've got Madame Tussauds as well.
Oh, yeah.
Then we go to a nice dinner or, you know. I actually saw a really fun-looking Korean barbecue in LA as well. Can't remember the name of it, but, you know, we could all go to Korean barbecue because, you know, I love that. And then, of course, we all need to go to In-N-Out. And then we need to go and get a Hailey Beaver smoothie. Imagine doing that with all the scrollers.
Let's do it.
If anyone wants to, maybe we should ask in our broadcast channel.
Group trip.
Surely a group trip.
We'll make it happen.
Oh, that'd be fun. All right. Anyway, thanks for listening to Close Friends Scrollers. We'll see you next Tuesday.